When God is preparing to give you something significant, it rarely comes in the way you anticipate. The road to greatness is seldom smooth. It's marked by trials, obstacles, and seasons of deep uncertainty. Understand this. Life offers no quick routes to success, no effortless paths to the dreams you carry in your heart. But when God is getting ready to bless you, He doesn't just place it in your hands. Instead, He shapes you into the person capable of carrying the weight of that blessing. And this transformation, it's rarely comfortable. You'll feel stretched beyond what you thought possible. Things you once clung to may start slipping away. Old habits will shatter, relationships will shift, and your world might seem to spin off its axis. But here's the truth. In those very moments of unease, God is at work within you, refining, molding, and preparing you for what's coming. When He's about to entrust you with something great, He doesn't simply hand it to you. No, He prepares you for it. And often, that preparation looks like a season of stripping away, of removing what no longer serves you, so you're ready to hold the blessings He's about to pour into your life. You might not see it now, but the pain, the struggle, the losses, they're all part of the process. Just as a tree must be pruned to bear more fruit, you must go through your own refining to handle the greatness ahead. This season will test you, your patience, your faith, your endurance. There will be days when discouragement creeps in, when you question whether the promise will ever come to pass. But remember, God doesn't test you to break you. He tests you to build you. He allows these challenges because He knows you can overcome them. He believes in you even when you don't believe in yourself. This waiting period, this feeling of being stuck, isn't wasted time. God is teaching you patience, trust, and total reliance on Him. Look at the greatest stories of success, scriptural or modern, and you'll notice a pattern. They're always preceded by seasons of waiting, preparation, and often hardship. Before David became king, he spent years in the wilderness, hunted and rejected. Yet those trials shaped him into the leader who would guide a nation. Joseph was betrayed, enslaved, and forgotten. Yet those very struggles positioned him to rule Egypt. Greatness isn't forged in comfort. It's shaped in the fire of adversity. When God is preparing to bless you in a major way, He'll remove certain people and things from your life. You might wonder why doors are closing or why opportunities seem just out of reach. But in those moments, trust that God knows what you need. He's clearing distractions, removing weights that could hold you back, and making space for the destiny He's designed for you. You may feel alone, even abandoned, but in that solitude, God is preparing you for a future that demands your full focus, your whole heart, and your unwavering trust. Another sign that something big is coming: a stirring in your spirit, a restless longing for more. It's not dissatisfaction, it's divine discontent. The things that once satisfied you won't hold the same weight anymore. What used to bring peace might now feel hollow because God is aligning your desires with His will. The trivial fades, and what truly matters, purpose, calling, passion, comes into sharp focus. Hold on to faith even when the outcome isn't visible. God's timing is flawless. The struggles you face now are training grounds, molding you for the greatness ahead. Endure this season with patience, and you'll emerge stronger, wiser, and ready for what's on the other side. Finally, when God is about to move in your life, He'll equip you, but He'll also challenge you to act. Faith without works is lifeless. He'll ask you to step forward even when the path is unclear. Obedience is key. Move even when you don't have all the answers. God doesn't bless hesitation. He blesses bold trust in His plan. So if you're facing uncertainty, discomfort, or what feels like delay, don't lose heart. These are signs that God is preparing you for something extraordinary. Embrace the process. Trust the journey. His blessings are coming. And when they do, you'll be ready to carry them with strength, wisdom, and grace. Divine preparation requires pruning. When God is setting you up for a major breakthrough, He often starts by cutting away what no longer fits your future. You might experience sudden losses, relationships fade, doors close, and what once felt secure begins to shift. At first, it can feel like abandonment, like you're being stripped of everything familiar. But what if these aren't losses at all? What if they're divine removals, making space for what's destined to come? Pruning isn't punishment, it's preparation. Think of a gardener tending to a vine. The best fruit doesn't come from leaving every branch untouched. It comes from careful, intentional cutting. Dead weight must go so new growth can flourish. In the same way, God removes people, habits, and even dreams that can't go where He's taking you. It's not rejection, it's elevation. Some connections were only meant for a season. Some opportunities were only stepping stones. God isn't taking things from you to leave you empty. He's clearing the clutter so you can run unhindered toward your purpose. What feels like a loss now is actually God protecting you from what would weigh you down later. And the stirring before the shift. Have you noticed a holy discontent lately? A sense that there's more for you than what you're currently living? That restlessness isn't accidental. It's the whisper of God preparing you for what's next. He's stirring your spirit because He's about to shift your circumstances. This stirring will make the comfortable feel uncomfortable. The routines that once felt safe may now feel stifling. The goals you once chased might lose their appeal. That's because God is recalibrating your desires to align with His plans. He's not just giving you what you want. He's shaping you to want what He wants for you. Don't ignore this divine dissatisfaction. It's not ingratitude, it's invitation. God is calling you higher. And that call starts with a heart that longs for more of Him. Faith meets action. Here's the thing about God's promises. They require your participation. He won't force you into your destiny. You must step into it. When the Israelites reached the Jordan River, the waters didn't part until their feet touched the current. Faith without action is just wishful thinking. God may not show you the whole path, but He'll always reveal the next step. Your job isn't to have all the answers, it's to obey what He's already revealed. Every act of obedience, no matter how small, is a seed for the harvest He's preparing. So if you're praying for breakthrough but refusing to move, ask yourself, am I waiting on God or is He waiting on me? Don't let fear paralyze you. The God who called you is the God who will equip you. The promise in the process. Right now, in the middle of what feels like delay or chaos, God is working. The struggles you're facing aren't random. They're refining you for the weight of what's coming. Every test is building your endurance. Every closed door is redirecting you to the right one. When you look back, you'll see it. The moments you thought were setbacks were actually setups. The times you felt alone, God was teaching you to rely on Him. The seasons of waiting were filling you with the strength to sustain the blessing. So don't despise the process. You're not just waiting for a breakthrough, you're being prepared for one. And when God's timing meets your readiness, what unfolds will be far greater than anything you could have orchestrated on your own. Hold on, stay faithful. Your moment is coming. The alchemy of adversity. What feels like pressure right now is actually transformation in progress. Like coal compressed into diamonds or gold purified by fire, your current challenges are not destroying you, they're distilling you. God isn't just preparing a blessing for you, He's preparing you to become the kind of person who can steward that blessing wisely. The weight you feel is the forging of spiritual muscles you'll need for what's ahead. Divine discomfort as compass. That unease you can't shake, it's not anxiety. It's your spirit sensing the winds of change. When God begins moving you into new territory, He first makes the old places feel restless. The dissatisfaction you feel with status quo is actually divine navigation. What once fit perfectly now chafes because you've outgrown it. This holy discomfort is God's way of nudging you toward your next assignment. The hidden curriculum of waiting. In seasons of waiting, God teaches what can't be learned in action. This is where He schools us in. Silent trust when nothing makes sense. Unseen obedience when no one's watching. Persistent faith when every circumstance says give up. These are the graduate level courses of the Spirit. The classroom may feel lonely, but the lessons here qualify you for what lecture halls never could. The paradox of preparation. Here's the sacred contradiction. The more equipped you become, the more you'll realize your dependence on God. He's not training you to be self-sufficient, but spirit-reliant. The tests you're facing now aren't about proving your strength. They're about revealing His strength in your weakness. True readiness isn't about having all the answers. It's about knowing the one who does. The surrender before the breakthrough. Just before dawn is often the darkest hour. Similarly, right before your breakthrough may come a moment of complete surrender when you release your timeline, your expectations, even your understanding of how God will come through. This isn't defeat, it's divine positioning. When you stop trying to force doors open, you position God to blow them off their hinges. The sacred sequence. Remember this pattern throughout Scripture. Calling, crucible, commission. Joseph was called by dreams, then refined by prison before governing a nation. David was anointed king, then hunted like prey before ruling Israel. The testing ground always precedes the throne room. Your current struggles aren't denial of your destiny. They're preparation for it. The invitation to trust. God isn't asking you to understand. He's asking you to trust. Not in the outcome you've imagined, but in the God who imagines beyond your limits. The pathway may not be clear, but the guide is. The plan may not be revealed, but the planner is faithful. Your uncertainty doesn't negate His sovereignty. The promising process, every no is redirecting you to a better yes, as every delay is protecting you from premature exposure. Every closed door is steering you toward divine alignment. What feels like resistance is actually protection. What looks like denial is actually divine timing. Stand firm. The process is working even when you can't see it. God isn't just bringing you to the promise. He's bringing the promise to life in you. And when the appointed time comes, you'll understand why every step, even the painful ones, was necessary. The wait will make sense. The struggle will have purpose, and you'll realize you weren't just waiting for the blessing. The blessing was waiting for you to be ready.